How's it going, YouTube? This is Turner JI. Today we have the Monday weekend sales recap. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you, if it was an option, you gave your mom some love. It was Mother's Day. Gotta be honest, I didn't give my mom love. She's probably really angry with me. I didn't give her a hug yesterday. She came over for dinner, but I forgot that little nuance. So probably in the doghouse, but I'm used to being in the doghouse no matter what. So it just is what it is. But yeah, guys, hopefully you had a good weekend. Light on quantity this weekend as far as sales go, but decent on dollar amount. We had a couple higher dollar cards sell. But yeah, I didn't really list too much last week again. I was getting some groundwork laid for getting back in the swing, getting a little organized. I like to set a good foundation for when I go on a good binger grind session, listing stuff. So I got cleaned up last week, got the office cleaned up, got everything organized, and I'm ready to kind of push forward and go again this week here. No auctions this weekend. Gonna do something a little different again for this. I know I've changed this whole thing around numerous times now, but I think what I'm gonna actually do is do a daily auction type style, where I have 6 cards go off every day, and then on Sunday about 20 something. So it ends up being more cards in the long run, just less cards on Sunday. And I'm interested, it's kind of like more of a science experiment here type thing, where I want to see if having auctions every night drives more traffic into the store overall and then pays dividends that way. It's just kind of one of those things that I'm messing with. I noticed the trend with auctions in general. It brings people into the store, it gets traffic. So if I do them every day and just do a few and then just do a big one on Sunday, how will that affect things? So like I said, I apologize for switching this stuff around so often, but at the end of the day, I am a business and I'm just trying to, again, optimize things and really just figure things out. It's the best way to do this kind of stuff is testing. It's I don't know what the result of this is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be worthless. I don't know if nobody's going to bid on a Monday night at 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen exactly. I just know that, I'm going to give it a try, and worst case scenario, I lose a couple bucks and, change again, move on. And maybe best case scenario, maybe it works out, something I keep doing. Maybe I increase the amount of cards per day, and we go from there. And, maybe middle ground, it just kind of is average and, doesn't really matter either way. So I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But yeah, let's jump into this. Total for this weekend was $1,205.53. That does not deduct eBay fees, shipping costs, sales tax, etc., etc. That is simply the gross amount for what you see in front of you. Again, light on the quantity, decent on the total amount for the quantity. It says 24 orders. That's not the total items because it just does orders, not the amount of items. But yeah, again, decent dollar amount for what we actually sold here. This should be a fairly quick one here. Won't have to spend too much time. This stuff will ship today. I had no problem getting this stuff put together. A good variety of singles and graded stuff here sold. A lot of weird stuff. I won't say weird as in the cards weird, but stuff that hasn't sold for a while sold this weekend. And just some interesting fun stuff to show off here. So let me get set up here where I need to be, and then we will get this rolling. All right, move this aside, get the light on for you guys, and then we will jump into this. All right, first up, we have Kabutops. Let me zoom you guys maybe out. I don't know. Good enough. We have Kabutops Prism from Bandai Cardass. This one in a PSA 8. Beautiful card. $32.05. We have Raichu, Lieutenant Surges to be exact, from Gym 2 Challenge, near mint, 1874. Then we have the beautiful Sparkle Foil Vulpix from Galactic's Conquest. Excellent condition, 2707, as weird as that is as a number. We have Boost Energy and Boost Energy here. If this person, if you watch this video, if I flag you into the channel when I send you a message today, What are you buying these for? Are you buying these? Are you playing? Are you an actual energy collector? I'm just always curious when people buy energies. I really like them personally myself. I think there's a lot of beautiful energy cards out there, especially promos. But I always wonder if like there's a way, like, do you play like some sort of vintage where you use this as like the placeholder, like some sort of casual, you know what I mean? Are you just an energy collector where you're displaying these? If so, like, you know, what's your collection like? You know, I'm just always curious when people collect more niche, obscure things like this and what it means. But we got Boost Energy, one copy in heavily played condition for $6.74. This is a play promo, by the way. This would have been something you got in the second season as a subscription bonus. And then we have one in moderately played condition for $9.74. We have Articuno Fossil, moderately played, $11.24. Magneton from Fossil, near mint, $9.74. Zapdos from Fossil, I don't know what that was. Interesting. Zapdos from Fossil, excellent condition, $14.24. We have Rocket Snorlax with a hair on it. I don't know what's going on. We're falling apart today. Rocket Snorlax from Gym 2 Challenge, light play, $8.99. Pretty iconic card. That might have been the first Rockets card ever, right? Yeah, because everything was dark in Rocket, so that would have been the first Rockets quote-unquote card, I believe. I could be wrong. No, I lied to you there. There was Rocket Zapdos in the set. I don't know why I'm thinking dark, but yeah, just disregard that. We were completely wrong. We got excited for a moment, then realized how dumb we actually are. So don't mind me. We got Rapidash, Bandai Card Ass, Vending Series Red version because of the way that it's red. PSA 8, $37.49. I guess what? So since PSA updated the Top Sun thing of when the release date was, these are now like the first ever release or whatever. I don't know. I'm not taking anything away from them. I think they're great cards and everything like that, but it's just like, you know, all of a sudden, you know, not this person in particular, but, you know, everyone's like, oh my gosh, well, now these are the oldest cards, so now we go after these, and, I mean, just buy what you like, man. Buy what you like. Hopefully this person's a big fan of Card Ass Vending, and they like Rapidash. Hopefully that's the case. But PSA 8 on this one, $37.49. All right, next stack we have Ninetales EX from Undone Seal, moderately played. This one's cool because it just looks like it's looking into your soul. Moderately played, $28.49. We have Janine's Crobat, light play, $19.49. Then we have Bugsy's Beedrill, excellent condition, $15.74. Both cards there from VS series. We got Vending Series. Always like this one by Kazuki. Magnemite from Vending Series 2, near mint, $9.74. We have a Scizor from Incandescent Arcana. This is the reverse foil and PSA 9, so for $26.24. This is just another one of those examples of what Modern has to offer. Yes, are there a lot of copies of this out there? Absolutely. I don't know how many people were dumb enough to grade it like I am, but they are tough to grade. This one, I think, has one little print line somewhere, which is probably what gave it the 9 instead of a 10. I'm trying to see if I can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it down through right there. But, yeah, these cards are just absolutely beautiful, man. Like, the artwork from this era, you know, it's modern now, but in 10, 20 years, I'd have to assume, unless the world falls apart, that Pokemon is still relevant and we are all still doing the same things we're doing now, except for I'm old and gray. And if I'm still here talking to you, man, I probably have gone insane by then. But this stuff's gonna age well. I just can't see it not. I'm not that by saying it's going to age well. I'm not exactly saying that it's going to go up in insane value. That's definitely not what I'm saying here. But desirability wise, I mean, you're going to need the extra copies of this modern stuff that's out there to satisfy the demand. If Pokemon keeps growing at the rate that it's growing, or even just slows down, like in 20 years, like this stuff, people are going to look at this and just be like, man, like that's such a sick card. Like, because it is. It doesn't matter if it's a 9 or, you know, if it's worth $5, if it's worth $100, if it's worth $1,000. It's a good card. And at the end of the day, stuff like this, people are going to look back at this and they're just going to be like, man, like, I need that. I need that for my collection. I'm a Scizor fan and I need that. So just my 2 cents on that. I could be completely wrong. I mean, Pokemon could be non-existent by then. And, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. But I doubt it. All right, next up we have the Bandai Cardass. This is called like the starters checklist. So it's a checklist of the set, but there's 2 of them. This one being the starters with the, well, the other one is technically starters. It's just the evolved forms. But this one has Pikachu in it. I guess you consider him as a starter based on yellow. This is an absolutely fantastic card. Beautiful card here. This is part of the reason that I want to put this set together, just to have this in a binder set to be able to look at. I love cards like this. But we got PSA 4 on this one, $299.99. That's about right. Honestly, you probably pick up a copy of this raw for around like $200 to $250. So if you grade a copy, it's encapsulated, it's authenticated. That about sounds right. Maybe, honestly, they might even be more than that now. I haven't bought one of these for a while or even looked. But yeah, I mean, it's just iconic artwork. I guess this is, I would assume, Ken Sugimori. You got Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pika. I mean, it really just doesn't get much better than this. This is the kind of stuff that vintage really, like, especially non-TCG, like this right here. This is it. This is it. But again, PSA 4, $299.99. We got Grimer. Feeling grimy with the boys. Light Play, $5.99. This is me and the boys playing Apex on a weekend right there. Yeah. This is me down. This is probably my buddy. He won the battle, and this is my other buddy. Like, can you pick me up? Yeah. So, but yeah, that's a great card, right? Who is this? Shinichi Yoshida. Man, yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Every once in a while, you just gotta stare at a card. You know what? Actually, let's do a little zoom in. What's on the screen? Is there anything? Is there any secrets reflecting off the computer screen that we might need to know about? Wouldn't that be sick if you get like a little Easter egg on the screen? Man, they missed a chance on that. Kind of does look like there's something on there, but I can't tell what it is. You probably never spent this much time looking at a Grimer card in your entire life, but I can promise you this one's worth it. They are grimy in there, right? Like, it's funny though, like playing Apex with the boys, like, you know, they're on the computers and I don't know. It's just an absolute mess. That's a cool card. All right, moving on. We spend too much time on Grimer. He appreciates it, but I'm sure you don't. We got Moltres, Fossil, Near Mint, $23.99. Beautiful foiling on this one and a nice swirl. I said about oddities, like, I mean, we got some interesting stuff here. We have stuff all the way from, you know, super modern to super vintage to non-TCG. And then we got a Worlds promo here in Portuguese. PSA 6 sold for $125. This is from the 07 Worlds. 07 Worlds is probably the toughest to get out of all of them and probably the most valuable in a PSA 10 as far as Japanese English goes. I can't remember. I have a buddy that's like super nerded out on this that knows the exact amount of copies, or at least the exact amount of reported copies that were given out, or sets, I should say, at 07, 04, all these dates. 07, I think, is somewhere around like 300 to 400 sets of these were given out because there were not a ton of players apparently. And again, I am not an expert on that kind of stuff, on history. I am just off the top of my head, off the cuff, thinking about what my good friend John Thundermoo. If you don't know John Thundermoo, check him out on Instagram, check him out on YouTube, and check out his store. Dude's a good dude. He's actually somebody that he's states away from me, but we've met in person. He actually came to visit me on the way home from one of the regionals. He's a super good person. Check him out, I'm telling you. And if you do check him out, tell him that Trainer J.I. sent you so that maybe he feels guilty and he has to give me a kickback or something. All right, I kid. But really, tell them that I sent you because it'll be funny. I'm be curious if somebody actually looks them up. But anyway, again, Portuguese on this one, PSA 6, $125. Again, toughest of the world's promos to find. This was, I think, was the last one that I added in my collection to finish my set off as far as Japanese copies go. I got a super killer deal on a golden auction for 2 sets of them that ended up winning. I think it was golden, or was it eBay? Because I don't bid on golden. Maybe I had somebody bid for me. I don't remember. Either way, I won 2 sets of them. I sold the other Japanese copy to one of my good buddies. And then I have a PSA, 9, I think, of the Japanese one in my collection. So, again, absolutely love this card. I love Worlds promos. If you guys are familiar with the channel, you should probably know that. I haven't talked about that for a while, but I do have the complete set of Worlds promos in various grades in Japanese. There's just some of my favorite cards in the entirety of the hobby, and yeah, I just love it. I love it to come out every year. It's something to get excited about and collect. I am sad that it was 2020 and 21 and 22, right? 3 years that we didn't get a Worlds promo during COVID. It was either at least 2, but that was really super sad for me. But you know, we're back in action. I have the last couple here, and yeah, we'll continue on that. But yeah, if you're into like stuff like this, I urge you to check out all the Worlds promos. Hands down, fantastic, great that Psyducks in all of them. I mean, again, if you guys ever watch. If you've watched the channel for a while and I put Psyduck in the thumbnail and a lot of stuff, it's simply like paying my respects to the World's promos where that Psyduck is in every single one of them. So, all right, we've rambled on about that enough. Again, PSA 6, Portuguese, Tropical Wind, 2007, $125. Moving on, if you skipped ahead, well, hello, you're here. We have spiky-eared Pichu, because of his spiky ear, from the movie Commemoration Random Pack, Light Play, 1724. We have Ghastly Cardass with the Bloodshot Eyes. I'm not going to ask why. Near Mint, 1124. And somehow I've managed to drag out this video as long as I have, because I like to ramble, and you guys don't like to listen, or maybe you do like to listen. I really don't know. But we got one more stack to go here yet, and then I'll be getting out of here, and I'll be getting this stuff to the post office after it's packed. We got Bulbasaur, Shining Darkness, PSA 8, $22.49. Fantastic artwork by Saito. We have Gengar GL, Bond Stand of Time, PSA 9, $41.24. Got a little bit of black and white, or excuse me, yeah, black and white. We got a little bit of platinum and Diamond and Pearl going on here. Empoleon Level X, Shining Darkness, PSA 10, $142.49. Level X's in 10s right now. Oh my gosh, man. Beautiful swirl. Not only is this a 10, but this is a beautiful copy. Oof. Man, that's cool. But, yeah, I mean, there's just so many reasons to buy right now if you have the extra money and you want to either add to your collection or you want to buy stuff to sell. I mean, am I making money off this in a 10 at this price? Absolutely, because of the prices that I paid a long time ago, or even as recently, you know, picking this stuff up. But this is still like a dirt cheap price for a PSA 10 from this era for a 1 to 2 hit per box or whatever the level X's were. Again, it just feels like a no-brainer to be buying this stuff. I know somebody said the other day in comment, I think it was last video, or so it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know. Somebody said they picked up a Giratina Level X from Japan for like $300 and a PSA 10. I mean, that card was what, like $700 or $800 like a couple months ago or something like that? I don't know. But definitely a lot of buying opportunity right now. And I'm not saying that because I sell. I'm saying that because I'm not telling you to buy from me. I'm telling you buy from Japan, buy from anyone, buy from the dumpers. That's right there. Buy from the dumpers. The dumpers going to dump, then we're going to buy from them. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because there's plenty of opportunity to be had right now, both as a collector or somebody that just wants to pick something up and then make a couple bucks, you know, reselling it. There's just a lot of opportunity right now. All right, moving on from that. I get excited about that kind of stuff because, again, it's a fun time right now. Again, it's stuff. Not everything is $1 billion. stuff's still selling and it's profitable. Like, it's just, the market is happy, healthy, and progressing forward. We'll go with that. But we got Ho-Oh Legend, top piece from Heart Gold Collection, PSA 9, $101.24. This is definitely something that kind of peaked during COVID and has fallen off, and it seems like it's kind of starting to rebound as far as price-wise goes. They're still tough to find, they're still tough to grade, and they're still desirable. People still like these. So, I mean, you got to stop following the dollar around all the time. Sometimes you got to stop following that like a trail. You know, it's going to leave breadcrumbs every single time you get a sale, but you just have to look at the bigger picture. If you're buying something and you like it and you overpaid, did you like it? Do you still like it? And is it still your favorite card? Or, then you shouldn't be upset that you overpaid a little bit. You just kind of learn from that for the next time you purchase. Am I FOMOing here? Can I wait? Or do I just not care and I'm going to buy this because it's from my collection? You're never going to make the perfect purchase all the time. You have to ride the waves, man. You gotta ride the waves. You gotta ride the waves like Spiel does here, okay? You're gonna buy stuff higher than what it was before, and sometimes like you don't even have to buy at the bottom. Like if this card like raw was like bottom like $15 or $10 or something like that, but you bought it at $25, are you still making money grading this at $15? You are. You're just not making that extra $10. So it really doesn't matter. You still won. You just didn't optimize. You didn't hit the perfect line, and that's fine. You don't have to do that every time. And again, so like that's from a buyer's perspective for someone that's trying to sell. If you're a buyer and you're trying to buy something that you want to add to your collection, you're not always going to buy stuff at the cheapest. I have plenty of stuff in my personal collection that could be worth the same as what I paid for it before, if not less. Especially some of the bigger cards like my Tropical Wind from the Tropical Mega Battle. I probably overpaid for that card, but I don't care because it's one of my favorite cards in my entire collection. Like I might be down like $1,000 on that thing, maybe even more, but it just doesn't matter because again, it's one of my favorite cards in my collection. So don't let not buying at the opportune time beat you up, because you're never going to time it just right all the time. Just know that, if you make a mistake, you learn from it, you move on, you try again, and you just kind of keep rolling that way, and you just can't get too discouraged. Whether, again, it doesn't matter if you're a collector or somebody that's trying to resell. That's like wise words to just about anybody that purchases. You have to understand you're never going to make the perfect decision every single time. So I don't even know where I was going with that. That ended up being a super ramble. We'll call that a super ramble. And but I think I conveyed the point I was trying to make. But again, PSA 9 on this one, $101.24. Moving on. Charizard, VMAX Climax, Holo Rare, Near Mint, $4.99. Charizard, Censored, Wild Blaze, excellent condition, $14.99. Here's a perfect example. I bought like 80-something copies of this, thinking that these were gonna like fly off the shelf. This is like the second one I've sold of this. It's still a good card. I thought it was gonna sell like hotcakes, and it didn't sell like hotcakes. It just is what it is. We have Radiant Charizard from V-Star Universe, $6.99. And then we have another Radiant Charizard from V-Star Universe, $6.99, both in near mint condition. And that about wraps it up for your Monday weekend sales recap. Yeah, guys, that about wraps it up. Anyone that purchased, your stuff will ship out today. I'm going to get this stuff packed up, taken to the post office, and dropped off. Anybody that's new here, thank you for the purchase. Thank you for, well, if you're here, you know, obviously you followed the link and you came here to see me. Hi, how's it going? Thank you. Anyone that's consistently purchased from me over the last like year and a half, 2 years, or just forever since I started selling, because my YouTube's not as old as my store. Thank you guys for being here. I always do appreciate this. I'm glad that I can do this every week. I'm glad that I can enjoy this and have fun with this, do videos, just sell. I just thoroughly enjoy all of this, even though I do get burned out. That's perfectly normal. Don't let anyone tell you different. I thoroughly enjoy this stuff, And yeah, I appreciate you guys. So as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't. But either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a good week.